Hey, what's going on guys? Spartan G Gaming here. Thanks for tuning in to today's video, and I'm going to try my best today to help anyone who would like to get the Type 5 assault rifle to gold camo. And plus we're going all out guys, and again we're going to be showing you guys how you can unlock very easily the gold leopard and gold cheetah camos. Okay, so the Type 5 is a semi-auto rifle and did to start with have a few teething problems. But once you've sorted out some of the issues, the Type 5 can be an awesome weapon to use. Now, first of all, I just want to go through quickly with you some of the issues that I experienced, and you will too when using the Type 5 for the first few games. Now, this is just trying to use the weapon as a whole to make you have better gameplay, not at the moment for any of the camo challenges. So first of all, we need to make the weapon handle and feel better to use. Now, the setup that I started off with was by selecting the Armoured Division. As we're going to be using the Shipment 1944 map, Armoured is a great division to use as we do take significantly less explosive and fire damage, and we will be immune to shell shock and tactical equipment. That is normally a great division to use and does work very well with nearly all other weapons. But unfortunately, just being immune from explosives and tacticals in this case is not going to make the Type 5 a better weapon to use. So also to start with, while experimenting, I gave the basic training scoped a trial run, which when using semi-auto rifles is my favourite training to use. Once aimed in with the Type 5 or any semi-auto rifle, all we then have to do is fire when an enemy is in our crosshairs. And being able to move faster at the same time really does work to get all the kills you need for those challenges. Now let me show you with this setup the issues I was having that needed to be remedied very quickly. Otherwise the Type 5 for me personally felt dreadful and very difficult to use. So my first concern was that the 10 bullets in the standard clip was just not enough. Well, maybe enough to get 1, maybe 2, 3 kills at the most if you're lucky before you get shot down dead. And when it came to the reloading, well, let's just say that the Type 5 will not win any awards this year for the fastest reloading of a weapon in World War II. It feels sluggish, slow, and will definitely interfere with your kill streaks. Well, that is if you like beasting around the maps like myself. But as you can see, when you have used all your 10 bullets, and that won't take you long, it then struggles to reload in time again to take down your next victim. You could hide up every time you need to reload, that's an option, but you're going to be hiding up while reloading every 10 seconds. So if that's your thing, you go knock yourself out with it. But I don't know about you guys, but I personally prefer to go on longer kill streaks than just the 1 or 2. And I personally go insane having to reload a weapon far too many times. So instead, I opted for the Infantry Division. This way then, we're still able to move faster while aimed in, without the need to select it as a basic training, leaving us room to improve the training for something else. So I'm now going to select the Hustle, as then we have the faster reloading sorted. We also get to have 4 attachments, so this means we can load out with some quality attachments that will make a difference to improving the Type 5 further. And with a few in-game tactics stacked up with all that, the change was perfectly what I was looking for. And so the only thing left now is just sorting out the total amount of bullets, as 10 bullets is just not enough. So there are plenty of options that we could think about. We have Forage or Escalation would all replenish our ammo and extend it in most cases. But I actually prefer to keep the Hustle as the basic training myself, as the faster reloading was desperately needed. And so what I experimented with was waiting until the extended mags attachment was unlocked at weapon level 11 and see if that was what I was looking for. It then gave us 15 bullets instead of the 10, and that really made a difference. So for me personally, I had then selected a setup that was perfect for my gameplay style. Now remember at this stage guys, as always, you do not have to go with the setup that I equipped there. You can select something completely different from me if you want. My setup is just one combination that worked perfectly for me, but it may not work for you. Everyone's game tactics are different, but you can give it a go and see if it improves your gameplay like it did for me. That's not a problem guys, but let's now get you guys started on the journey to unlock this gold camo. So now with my overall gameplay with the Type 5 feeling way better overall, it was then confronting the challenges. And the first challenges were unlocking the first 9 camos with a total of 100 headshots. Now I personally find headshots very easy to get and I actually enjoy getting them. I've just picked up this knack over so many years of playing Call of Duty by being able to anticipate at what level enemy heads are going to appear. So when aimed in, using the benefit of move faster while aimed, all I have to do is fire, and because the aim is already at enemy head level, it very rarely misses. And you can very easily, by using this tactic of mine, easily rack up 10 to sometimes 15 headshots every single game. And getting the 100 headshots in total that you need for the challenge should only take you really about 8 to 12 games at the most to complete. So I'm just going to confirm now guys the setup that I selected, in case you guys want to select the same setup that I did, that made the gameplay feel better with the Type 5. So it was the infantry division for the faster movement while aimed in, and for the 4 attachments that I'm about to go through with you very shortly, guys, that then made the camo challenges feel easy. We also selected the hustle basic training for the awesomely fast reloading that the Type 5 desperately needed. Okay guys, so now for some attachments. Now I personally prefer to use the 4x optic when going for headshots. It's then easier to aim in at enemies' heads that are further away, and it does make it easier to see what you're actually shooting at. But reflex sight or even the standard sight can still make it easy to hit the enemy's heads, but it's really up to you what you prefer. I also selected, after experimenting plenty with the Type 5, the grip. Now I wouldn't normally select the grip attachment when using semi-auto rifles, as it's not really needed. But I found the Type 5 after you fire does bounce dramatically, and when going for headshots this needs to be tamed, as it will take you 2 shots to get a headshot kill when an enemy has full health. But controlling the accuracy with the grip will control the bounce on the second shot to get that headshot. The third attachment I selected was the rapid fire, so when you start to get used to the Type 5 you will find you will start to get a bit trigger happy, and having rapid fire on attached will now allow the slight improvement of faster trigger pressing, so the faster you fire the more the fire rate will now keep up better with your finger pressing. Now for the time being, when you first start grinding away with headshots you will find that until you unlock the extended mags attachment at level 11 you can still very easily get away with just having the 10 standard bullets, but it will make you work, and you will at times pull your hair out when you're left with no choice but to use a secondary weapon, because the amount of small ammo supply we get with this Type 5 as standard is very stingy. So when you do get the extended mags unlocked, I recommend to make your life easier by equipping the extended mags. Now most of you guys out there are probably thinking by now, why am I not using the high caliber for the headshot challenge, as it's supposed to have increased headshot damage? Well, if when attaching this attachment it automatically aimed in at the enemy head, or actually shot and killed the enemy instantly with 1 bullet, then I would equip it. But it really has no improvement. And I'm going to show you guys a little test now that I conducted myself that in a way explains that having the high caliber on in standard game modes doesn't actually have any benefit. So the image to the left that you're about to see now has the high caliber attached to the Type 5. The image on the right has no attachments equipped. This is at close range. As I said before, when an enemy has full health, it is going to take you 2 shots to kill an enemy, even when shooting them in the head. But as you can see, with or without high caliber attached, it doesn't make headshots any easier to get, even now at longer range. Same thing. And doesn't look like the increased damage actually does enough damage to make this high caliber an attachment that is going to help in any way. I mean, to be honest guys, you can take the Type 5 if you wanted into hardcore mode, where it will only take you 1 bullet to the head to kill an enemy. But the headshots will not rack up as much and as often as what they would in standard mode on the Shipment 1944 map. And you won't even notice most of the time that it is taking you 2 shots to get the headshot, as with the setup I used should now make this feel easier. Also remember the tips I gave you earlier guys when going for headshots. So keeping your aim up and anticipating where the enemy head is roughly going to appear will help. You can use enemy camping behind the jeeps and the barrels to help guide your aiming. And all you've got to do then is fire. And because we have the grip controlling the bounce and the rapid fire making the fire rate come out quicker, it should make the 2 shots needed to get the headshot feel a whole lot easier. But remember guys, we don't just select our equipment and attachments to look pretty on our weapon. Any attachments or equipment we select needs to make a big impact with your gameplay, performance, and that improving the weapon capabilities. So make the most of everything that you select. And when you get it correct, any challenges you get can make any weapon you use feel like it's unstoppable at getting kills. Now the headshots that you see me get here make up a good 30% of headshots I get from every game that I play. So don't forget guys, when you are beasting it around the map, which is the style of gameplay I like to play, and you can do this too, and you can very easily do this with the Type 5, is to look out for static players or enemy players who are using score streaks in their spawning areas. But you will need to go hunting and get stuck in order for this to work. But it can make for an easy headshot if you are prepared for that style of gameplay. Or the other option is, if you don't like beasting around the maps, is to camp up behind the jeeps and barrels and just wait for an enemy to walk past your sights. Okay, so once you've hopefully very easily completed the 100 headshots, the next 5 challenges will be revealed. You can complete these now in any order you want to guys, but I'm going to start off with the M1916 camo, and that's getting 10 long shots. Now at this stage, to make this challenge easy, we're going to have a change of setup and select a different game mode. So I selected Mountain Division, so that when we are not firing, we should stay invisible to any enemy recon aircraft. And we have silent movement. We also have enemy death locations hidden, and we have no name or reticle colour change when enemies aim at us. So this will now make us as stealthy as we can be to make going into hardcore game maps more easier. Now, because we're not flying around the Shipment 1944 map for the time being, we now don't need the use of Hustle. So instead, to make long shots easier, I selected Lookout. That will now make enemy targets appear from further away, and we have increased minimap coverage. Perfect then for those long shots we need. I'd also now at this stage recommend, if you haven't used the 4x optic yet, to do so now, as you're going on to bigger maps, and having that extra zoom will help to target enemies up in the distance. And because I recommended you to go into hardcore gameplay, that is really the only attachment you need, as one shot now at any distance will now take down the enemy very easily. You don't even need to equip the advanced rifling, as it's not needed. You don't need the extended mags anymore, as again we're not being bombarded by enemy players like we were on the Shipment 1944 map. So it's a bit of a rest really, and you can just take your time and easily get the 10 long shots all in one game, as I'm going to show you here. The USS Texas, the map I'm showing you now, is a great map to complete this challenge in just one game. So I was actually lucky to get this map on my first game that I entered. But any other maps you get are also easy to get long shots on. All you've got to do now is let the Mountain Division and your Lookout basic training do most of the work for you. Keep yourself back at one end of the map with that lovely distance in sight. And then all you've got to do is keep your aim up and fire when you see clearly in the distance any enemy. And it only takes, as you know, one bullet to kill the enemy. You can never do this on the Shipment map. Unfortunately, the Shipment map is just not large enough for us to get long shots on there. So this is the easiest way of getting the 10 that you need complete in under just 10 minutes of gameplay. Now, it is that good that not only should you get the 10 long shots complete in only one game, but you will find that at the end of the game, getting more than the 10 you need is also very achievable. So if you want to go for over the headshots you need for this challenge and go for extra score, then that's easy to do also, guys. In this game alone, just that first game, I completed the challenge and I got 13 headshots, as you can see there. Okay, so on to the next challenge. For the snow camo, we need to get 50 kills in the infantry division. Now that's easy, and you will probably find that because of the infantry I recommended you to set up with at the start, you will probably complete this challenge first before the long shot challenge, but that's up to you in what order you decide to do them in. You will also have the challenge of getting 50 kills in another division other than the infantry. Well, I'm going to leave that up to you what division you select. But I, for the 50 kills, just selected the Commando division, as I just like to insert into the map and I just find that fun. But you can select whatever division you want, guys. The bronze camo is a mega easy challenge, getting rapid kills. We only need 2 rapid kills 5 times. So I'm going to leave this for now, and when I show you shortly the gold leopard and gold cheetah challenges, I'm then going to show you how to easy get all rapid kills at the same time. The copper camo next is a really cool camo to equip on the TYPE-5, so to unlock it we need to get 5 bloodthirsties. Again, if you're prepared to get stuck in and beast around the maps or camp up behind the props, it's up to you. This can be an easy challenge. Now, I completed the bloodthirsty challenge in just 2 games. The first game I entered, the game had already started and I still managed to get a bloodthirsty in about a minute's worth of gameplay before the game ended. But the next game we played, Domination, I got the last 4, as you can see here guys, in just 1 game. So now let me show you how I achieved that. Now the setup for bloodthirsties was exactly the same as I showed you for headshots. So infantry division, hustle basic training for the fast reloading. We've got the grip attached along with the 4x optic, but if you prefer you could select reflex sight or just keep the standard sight. We have the rapid fire, but you might now want to start thinking about equipping the extended mags now, as you're going to need to get 5 kills without dying. So we're going to need as many bullets as we can get. You can still get bloodthirsties with the standard mags, but it just makes it so much more easier with extended mags. Also remember now that all 5 kills need to come from the bullets in your Type 5. So at this stage, for the time being, avoid using other devices, other pieces of equipment, such as lethals or tacticals. Even the butt of your weapon will not count toward a bloodthirsty. Although you will still see the medal appear after the 5th kill, it just won't register 1 toward the 5 kills you need for the challenge. But for me personally, I never struggled in getting the 5 bloodthirsties I needed. As I said, 2 games and the copper camo was mine. But if I had have entered a game when starting off this challenge right from the start, I think I probably would have completed the bloodthirsty challenge in just 1 game. The reason I think I found this challenge so easy was mainly to do with the setup I selected, as it really suited the Type 5 and suited what I was looking for with the gameplay style that I like to play. But as you can see, be aggressive, keep your aim up as much as possible, and the great thing is now at this stage is that we don't have to be so precise now with the aiming like we had to be when getting headshots, as now you can just very easily aim in at the body. Try to also cover as much of the map as possible, especially when playing Domination, and defend your objectives. And keep an eye on your map in the top left, it will indicate where your next victims are going to be. Now hopefully I have helped you in some way to have an idea of what setups to use when completing the first bunch of camos up to the gold camo, and hopefully you guys on your journey of getting up to that gold camo have also remembered to be prestiging your weapon up every time it has been eligible to do so. It will then make getting up to the 3rd and 4th prestiges to reveal the gold leopard and gold cheetah camos a lot more quicker. So when you guys finally get to Prestige 3, and I have to say that having to get the Type 5 to weapon level 14 every time before you Prestige was the only thing about any of the challenges I found depressing, as after weapon level 10, no matter how many weapon level points you went through gameplay, it really started to feel like it was slowing down and seemed like it was taking forever just to get the last 4 attachments unlocked at level 14 every time. So expect a long grind, guys. But the gold leopard camo challenge is to get 2 rapid kills 25 times. Now I'm also at this stage going to add into the mix when you get to Prestige 4 the gold cheetah camo challenge, and that's getting 25 triple kills. Also this will help now if you remember from earlier getting the 2 rapid kills 5 times for the bronze camo. But I'm not going to show you today, guys, how you can get double kills. I'm also going to show you how to get triple kills with the Type 5. You will get them along your journey, no doubts about that. I'm actually going to show you, though, how it was easy for me to get Fury kills. As you've just seen there, I'm showing you another one now. And then we're going to show you how to get Frenzy kills, with all kills rapidly coming from the Type 5. So if you do struggle at getting your doubles or triples, guys, don't worry. I'm going to see if my tips and tactics can help you achieve the rapid kills that I was getting for the majority of games. And they are easy to get with a few tactics and the setup that we had from exactly the same as the headshots and the bloodthirsties. So if you do want to excel with the Type 5, and why wouldn't you guys, then extended mags at this stage to go for Furies and Frenzies is a must. But my tactics are always being aggressive, playing the game to win, and making the most again of all the setup of the division and the attachments that we selected from previously. And when going for any rapid kills, the map in the top left is now going to be my best friend. This will keep you up to date with where roughly enemy positions are, and you can get them in their spawns like that, guys, as they run out like headless chickens. But I love to keep on the move, guys, when I can to catch the enemy out, just like you're about to see here. And I only really sit behind the jeeps when defending objectives just after capturing it when playing domination. But the rapid fire, extended mags, grip and whatever sight you prefer to equip will help you out no end. It's all down to you really to decide how many enemy you're going to kill by how fast you can trigger press. And when it all comes together and you get it right, that's when, like I'm showing you now, getting frenzy kills will seem like a walk in the park for the Type 5. Well, it has been an absolute joy using the Type 5, guys, as I love a challenge, so thank you for requesting it for me. But it just proves in a slight way as well, with the correct setup that suits you as a player, some of the most difficult weapons to use in World War II can be managed and can be controlled to your liking. So don't be frightened to experiment to find the right setup that suits you. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this small portion of frenzy kills that I'm getting with the Type 5. And this is just a small portion of the more I could have showed you to finish up today's video. Hope you guys have found it useful in some way. Please don't forget to smash that like if you have enjoyed. And please subscribe for more Call of Duty content. Goodbye.